Has anyone else been needing to call in your extra reserves of resilience lately? I know I have. Welcome to Gong Wisdom Council, where today I am joined by my beautiful friend Daphne. I know I have several plants behind me, so I'm just going to delineate her for a moment. Daphne is an extraordinarily sweet, fragrant, and especially resilient bush. And she has been my friend. This specimen of Daphne has been my friend for just over a year now. And she's ready to be planted in the ground. She told me when she agreed to come on the show today that that's part of the agreement, is that after the show, we're going to decide where is her forever home. So welcome, beautiful Nikki. So nice to see you today. Welcome to Gong Wisdom Council. I'm going to welcome you all again as you're beginning to arrive. And a big welcome to my beautiful friend Daphne, who I'm going to see if I can show you her these sweet little delicate blossoms have the most heavenly aroma, the most pungent fragrance contained in that tiny little flower. And these blossoms, not only do they bloom in the heat of the summer, but all the way into the winter. This is an evergreen shrub, and she blooms through the entire winter. And she has come to share her resilient spirit with you today. So thank you for being with us. And as I mentioned earlier, we have an agreement, Daphne and I, that in exchange for her joining us and bringing her powerful, resilient energy and deep, delicate, beautiful wisdom, I will be helping her claim her forever home where she can be rooted into the ground. And so let's begin. Greetings to you, dear Kira. Nice to see you here today. So what we're going to do is I have actually brought my water. I'm so close to my camera, it's hard to see where you can see my water from Mount Shasta, from the headwaters of the Sacramento River, where the water bubbles out from under the mountain. And I gathered this before there was a fire in Mount Shasta. And when I was in Mount Shasta, no, this was not when I was in Mount Shasta. This was when I went to Sedona. When I went to Sedona, I was a neglectful caretaker of my plants. This was back in May, and usually we don't need to water our plants yet in May, but we were having a heat wave in the beginnings of our drought already in May. And I forgot to water the plants before I left. And then I forgot to tell my son to water the plants. And before I left, I was just in awe of my Daphne. This Daphne had bloomed all summer into the frost of the winter. And then she had already started blooming again in the early spring. And then when I went to Sedona, everything got very severely dry and she dropped all of her flowers, but she did not die. And now she has new flowers. And so meanwhile, we went to Mount Shasta and gathered sacred water from under the mountain. And then there was a big fire that is still burning. It's 70% contained now, so they're getting it under control. But this fire is actually burning on the north side of Mount Shasta. And this fire burnt to the ground, a ceremonial grounds of my friend, where we had a ceremony when we were in Mount Shasta. And so today we're going to say a prayer for the beautiful Mount Shasta with the water that comes from underneath her roots, from the depths of the lava beds underneath that beautiful volcanic mountain. And we're going to say a prayer for the beautiful, resilient Daphne that has survived so much and continues to bring sweetness. And then we're going to make an offering to all life. And we are going to talk about how you can embody the resilience that we see in our plant kingdom. Plants are amazing examples of resilience, and they communicate through their flowers. So we think of flowers as something so delicate and transitory, and sometimes a flower is a metaphor for something that fades just as much as it's a metaphor for something that is sweetness and beauty and aroma and joy of being. And so I want to remind everyone that the flower is not the plant. The plant is resilient underneath the flower that just comes and fades. The flower is communication. And so, hello, beautiful Laura Reiki. Nice to see you, my dear. And so Daphne is here to remind you that even if your flowers are not currently blooming, even if you're going through the dark night of the soul, even if everything in your life seems to be falling apart or in an uproar of chaos, you still have your resilience. You still have your roots. You still have the ability to drink the water when it shows up in your life. You still have the ability to gather inner resources and bloom once more wherever you are in your life experience. And so I'm going to open the lid of this bottle, and I invite you to offer your prayers with me, your prayers for all life, for the plant kingdom, for places that are experiencing fires, and whatever prayers that you want to drop in for your life, for your community, for your mountains and waterways, for your plants and animals. I invite those as well. So drop in with me into your breath. Imagine something greater is breathing into you. All you need to do is open and receive the breath. And as you receive the healing nourishment of the breath, feel it for what it is, the gift of life straight from God into your lungs. Receive it in gratitude. Mother, Father, God, holy people of the four directions, ancestral lineages of the people, the land, the plants, and animals, thank you for this life. Thank you for this blessing and opportunity to pray with water today. Water is life. Please bless this water that I was so incredibly lucky to have the opportunity to gather from the depths of Mount Shasta as it bubbled to the surface. Thank you for the water within my veins and arteries, in the saliva in my mouth, circulating throughout my body, my organs. Thank you for the blessing of nature. And please bless this water with healing properties. Please bless this water with a deepening of awareness, a deeper connection, an ability to clearly receive the channeled wisdom that comes from the plant kingdom. And as I offer this special blessing to my dear friend Daphne, please bless Daphne with strength and resilience, with vibrant health, with joy and happiness, with balance and harmony. And as this blessing touches my beautiful friend Daphne, let it ripple out as a blessing to all who are touched by her, whether through the pollination in the air, the insects and hummingbirds and butterflies, or through my connection through this video to the people around the world who will then ripple the blessing out into their communities until every droplet of water on the entire planet, whether it is in a stream, a spring, a river, an ocean, water droplets in the air, or whether it is contained in a life form, a tree, a plant, a flower, a human, a cat or dog, an elephant or whale, a bird or butterfly. May all water in all life be blessed with a healing vibration that can be felt, just like I feel the wind on my face. We'll take 3 breaths in silence to add in your personal prayers. And then offering a drink straight to Mother Earth in gratitude for the life continuing to spring forth. And a big, big drink to my dear friend Daphne here, who is preparing to find her forever home. And as I offer this water to Daphne, I invite you to tune in with your energy and your breath. Imagine you can breathe with this beautiful aromatic bush, and imagine you can feel her breathing with you. She wants a bigger drink than that. Half a gallon wasn't enough. You will get more later, my dear. So now we're going to drop into connection with this beauty. I'll show you once more the beautiful blossom, the sweetness of life expressed through her delicate fragrance and her strength and resilience. Now connecting as if you can listen through your third eye center, as if it's a vibration that enters the center of your brain. Tune into the vibration of Daphne and how you experience her energy. I'll bring her a little closer into embrace to help you focus on her. And as we tune in to her energy, I'll be tuning in to a cosmic channeled message for the collective, channeled through Daphne from the universal intelligence. I'm getting a message that is straight from God, from divine source, creator, And it says the love that you express towards the plant kingdom shall be expressed to you from all you connect with, from all you touch, from all who you come in contact with, is the correct way to say it. That message was for me and by proxy also for you. And now there's a bigger message for the collective coming through. Please care for the plant life as you would your children. Nurture the rooted ones, and they will nurture you. This is where your sustenance comes from. We are in a cycle, a circle. And now the little Daphne is ready to share, and she's so excited to hold this seat of honor. She feels humbled and honored to be witnessed in this way. She says, I too, just like you, want to be seen and loved and appreciated. And this is the key to your resilience, to continue to stay in the love through all of the challenges. She said, that time when you left me and you forgot to give me water and I had to abandon my flowers to protect my roots, I still loved you. I still stayed in the love. The love is what sustained me through that time of no water. And somehow love will sustain you through whatever life throws your way. So even if your love is expressed more towards plants or animals than humans, see it for what it is. Stay in the love. Give and receive love. Be the love. And so this includes the love that you give and receive from yourself. When you practice self-love, do you practice receiving the love? When someone outside of you expresses love to you, are you able to fully let it in? Let's take a moment, and I'm going to have my camera really close. So I'm going to take my fingers like a little bird beak and tap the center of my sternum and come into some deep, full breaths. Do this with me, friends. The heart center is connected to the element of fire, the passion for life, the phoenix rising from the ashes. As you're tapping on the center of your sternum, feel the vibration in the back of the heart. Feel the vibration shaking loose your wings, the wings of your heart that allow you to soar through life with passion, protection, freedom, joy, expansion. Ah. Let's do this for 3 more breaths. 2 more. And the last one. Now open your palms and use both hands and just gently pat your chest and brush down your arms, feeling that connection. And now pause and feel the effects of that heart connecting practice. And continue to bring the breath right into the back of your heart, into that space where your wing buds are growing. And I'm hearing an invitation from Daphne to allow your flowers to begin to bud. And if you don't feel quite safe to bloom yet, that's okay. Just keep sending energy into your root, into your heart, into your center of love, and allow that love vibration to blossom in its own time, not because anyone else told you it was time, not even because you want it to be time, but when you really feel that it is time. Hmm. Yeah. Yes, Misty, our trees give oxygen. We would not be alive without these beauties. And even the smaller trees and bushes contribute. And then all of the plants that create food and beauty are also part of this deeper level of nature communication. And when we learn to communicate with the plants, they'll talk back. So if anyone out there is really wanting to dive deeper into your connection with nature and your ability to communicate with nature, I'd love to invite you to reach out to me and let's have some time together to talk about what it would look like if you were walking totally in connection all the time from your heart, in love, in joy and beauty, in balance and harmony, and connected to that core of resilience that is always there for you through all of life challenges. Mm, yes, be the love. Beautiful. I wonder if anyone, when we were connecting with Daphne, if anyone received anything directly from this beautiful, delicate being that has joined us today. And I'd love to hear if you did. And I would love, love, love to connect with each and every one of you and hear where you are on your journey of healing, of love, of joy, and how are you weathering the storm of life that's happening? Sometimes it's really hard to stay in the joy when there's chaos all around you. And this is where the practice of self love becomes so important. And practicing self love doesn't just mean self care. Practicing self love doesn't just mean self acceptance. Practicing self love is really about connecting to the part of you that does not die, connecting to the innate joy that arises from being in form, and connecting to your birthright of being fully connected to nature. Ah, yes, Misty, it is very, very different in different types of landscape and different plants. So enjoy getting to know the new landscape and the new types of plant kingdom. There's actually in places where a certain grass, wheat is a grass, right? Grass has a network of roots, just like trees, right? And it carries intelligence. It's different than the tree intelligence that gets taller and bigger and wider and taller and bigger and wider when the part that's on the surface seems to just grow and die. But the part underneath stays alive through the winter when the snows are on top and the grass seems to be dead. The grassland is still alive. And I know with wheat farmlands, it's a little different because they're tilling and planting every year. And yet the land holds intelligence and the plants have a collective intelligence. So I'd really love to hear how that is for you to take some time with dropping in with different kinds of plant life. Trees are really easy to connect with because they're so big and obviously have large presence. And yet it can be so enriching to connect to the small things, the little ones, the little delicate flowers that only bloom for a minute. Oh, beautiful. Love this. Thank you, Daphne. I felt the roots, and a message from the Daphne were throat chakra, like roots coming out of sides from neck with a bulb of flowers, like a white bulb type of flowers. Thank you. I'm trying to read your name in the sun. Ayave, Ilian, thank you so much for sharing the way the message came through Daphne for you. And yes, this is really what I was saying about the flowers are the communication on the plant, right? And so if you think of your throat chakra like a flower of communication and just allow it to blossom in its own time, and when you feel those tight buds that are not ready to open and there's a constriction in your throat chakra, then really connecting to those roots of connection can really help that. Aw, thank you, kittens. I love this message, Misty. Everyone here, peaceful, quiet, lots of kittens, very quiet from Austin. Gunshots, guns. It's very peaceful. It's hard to read your messages in the sun, but I'm really appreciating them. Keep them coming. Thank you so much for being here with me live today and connecting with my friend Daphne. I'll be sure to post a picture to show you where when she's in her forever home and getting to grow larger and get her roots in deep into the earth and really feel that connection. And I look forward to seeing you back here on next Wednesday for a very special version of Practice with Portals. And until then, keep on connecting to your heart, keep on blossoming from your soul, through your throat chakra, through your heart, eyes, and mind, and keep your roots running deep. Blessings to you all. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and follow, and watch all of the other amazing shows on the Enlightened World Network, EWN, One with the Earth, and all of the fun channels. Love you all so much. Keep on shining your light until we meet again.